It's week 3 of the NFL, and we'll see who rules the skies in today's battle. It's the Falcons and the Seahawks, next on Madden Football.
From the picturesque Pacific Northwest and the city of Seattle, welcome inside Lumen Field, where all the 12s make it at home for the Seahawks. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Matchup of a couple of teams, Greg, with one big thing in common. A new head coach from a season ago. These are always the seasons we want to see how they play out, how they can implement their plan going in.
And more often than not, Mike, as we all know, when you find yourself in position to make a coaching change, it's because the previous few seasons did not go according to plan. So the question is, did they find the right new head coach to lead them in this next era for their organization?
Here's Jake Moody to get this one kicked off. And off we go from Lumen Field. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
We both could get the sense from talking to him this week leading up to today's game, Mike, just the amount of pressure he felt that was on his shoulders. And frankly, in the entire locker room, they need to get their first win. When you study NFL history, starting a season 0-3, how many teams have ever made the playoffs in the Super Bowl era? Only 6. So if they want to get a chance to find themselves in the playoff hunt, if they just want to get their season on track, a win today is going to go a long way.
Quick throw here is complete. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's a first carry for their running back. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. With that, I'll only give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Off the play fake. Mahomes. Outright Smith and Jigba has it. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Play fake. Now it's Mahomes. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. On play action, it's Mahomes. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw again. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
And I like the idea of moving the pocket. It makes it harder for the defense to rush the passer, but you have to account for the end man on the line of scrimmage, and that guy's job is to set an edge. Nobody gets outside of me. In this case, the quarterback. You've got to be better protecting your edges anytime you put your quarterback on the move.
He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Seahawks will take a 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Falcons set to take over here on offense. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
It's fair to say this season hasn't gotten off to the type of start they likely envisioned for themselves, but it's still early. A win here, it could go a long way towards changing the trajectory of this entire season. But what's going to make this even more difficult today, not only the worthy opponent that they face, but having to go on the road and do it here in a hostile environment. If he is able to lead his team to a win today, I think that gives them the spark to turn this season around.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
That'll be taken in by Edwards. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Back to the air one more time. He'll tuck it and take off.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Well, Mike, the other day we heard how the offensive coordinator wanted to start fast offensively, but here so far, it's been the pass rush and the defense who's gotten out to the quick start.
Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They had the field goal on the opening drive, took the early lead. See if they can improve on that here. 3-0 our score as we begin 1st and 10. And he's pushing tacklers away as he takes it forward for a gain of 9. 2nd and a yard. They'll stick with him again. And this is going to be a Seahawks first down as he gets this up to the 40-yard line. They'll stay on the ground. And a short pickup, too, about the 42-yard line. 2nd down and 8. They go play action with Mahomes. It'll be Smith and Jigba bringing it in. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A big play for Seattle. And even 30 yards.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play. This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going, and for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their 2nd sack, and we're still here in the 1st quarter.
And this one complete on the sideline. Good footwork to stay in bounds, but he is just shy of the 1st down, and that brings up 4th down. On third down, Mahomes. Got it with Smith and Jigba. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His third catch goes for a first down. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 8-yard line.
Throwing again, it's Mahomes. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. They'll spread the formation here. Let's see what the call is on 3rd and inches. Right back to the air for Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. That one is good. And the Seahawks, on the strength of 2 field goals, take a 6-0 lead. So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. A return now from the 4. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Falcons offense ready for their 2nd possession. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll run first carry of the game for Trey Benson. And he'll get this only up to about the 33-yard line. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Back to throw. A hit, and he has lost the football. And this is taken in by the defense. How about the defense getting to the quarterback, getting access to the ball, knocking it free, and coming up with the recovery?
I'd like to see the quarterback just be a little more secure with the ball, Mike. You can see he's just a little loose, especially when you're operating from the pocket. But give credit to the defender. Nice job attacking the ball, knocking it loose and recovering it. And that is a big takeaway here by this defense.
Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 10-yard line.
Play action here. Mahomes. He's got it at the 3. And he is close to the pilot, but they say he's not in. But he's got the next best thing. No touchdown, but a 1st down. It's 1st and goal. Mahomes from out of the pistol to the end zone. It's intercepted.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Falcons offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Thrown left side. The catch is made. Gain of 13 for number 13. And a 1st down. Now they'll set up to throw. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete. Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
They'll look to throw yet again. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. They get 25 on that connection. It's good for a Falcon first down. 1 quarter in the books. It's the Seahawks with the early lead. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. First and 10. They'll look to throw again. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system and all these early sacks. Yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense back onto the field for their next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. His drive will start on the ground, and he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. Now, faking the give. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the game.
Trying to avoid tacklers there, but the ball is out. It's scooped up by the Falcons.
You have to appreciate the effort of the ball carrier. I mean, how many tackles did it seem like he broke on that run? But so often we see it, Mike, time and time again. The more these guys fight for extra yards, they're fighting and clawing for every inch. That ball just gets a little lower and a little looser. And the way these guys are taught now on defense, if you don't have great ball security, they are going to attack it. And in this case, they're able to pop it loose and come up with a big takeaway.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. He'll get this out to the left flat. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Up the middle, here's Edwards. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And it looks like he's going to have a 1st down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs. He'll drop to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Off he goes. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a 1st down.
Mike, the defensive line rush plan is critical when you're playing quarterbacks like this. You have to keep him contained in the pocket, because the second he gets out of the pocket, we can see what happens.
Blitz coming, he'll throw it. A throw on the move is caught.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game. And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats, and that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations. That's a great job defensively. The goal of every defense in the NFL is to accomplish one of 2 things: turnovers, force field goals. In this case, the big 3rd down stop is most likely going to lead to the latter. Really nice job there in the red zone.
So Jake Moody now out for the field goal. This from 34 yards. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Falcons will tie the game at 6.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
This is going to be taken in at the 3. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain. Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? This 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
1st down throw, Mahomes, and he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Mahomes. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get 6 on this one, moving it inside the 40-yard line. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points.
He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play, and good job by the defenders tracking him down and took him down for a loss. Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away. I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. Now they got a 4th down decision to make. So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Falcons offense headed back to take over once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That'll be taken in by Edwards. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
He'll look to throw. He'll get this out to his running back. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Back to throw. Quick throw, taken in. They get 12 yards on that pass. 1st down, Atlanta.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Back to the air one more time. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Putting the tight end in motion. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. 2 minutes to play in the 1st half of a 3-point game. We're back to Seattle after this. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. A hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to set up that screen, but the rush got there too quickly. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. He'll go left side here and complete this one. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a 1st down. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
Back to the air once more on second down. Oh! And the Falcons are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll look to throw yet again. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Falcons. And hold on to that football, young man. As a keeper, his first NFL touchdown. That a big score, Greg. They continue to get points, but after not getting touchdowns, this has to feel really good to this offense.
It really does, and I think anytime you can build on your confidence that now you know the rest of this game, you can finish these good drives. Coming away with 2 field goals, those are wins for the defense. So now a win for the offensive side of the ball, and got to see now if you can keep this rolling throughout the rest of this game.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense. And Patrick Mahomes coming out for their next drive. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one. On second down, Mahomes. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, the intended receiver. And third down coming up. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down. Here's a run going left. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. Mahomes now to throw. On second, pressure gets there. And down he goes. So we reach halftime, and the visiting Falcons are in the lead as we send you back east to sunny Florida. Standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report, it's the coach, Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, where it was the visiting Rams who come in and get the victory on the road. Tua Tagovailoa, a touchdown pass in the victory. Next, we head north to Philly. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Amon-Ra St. Brown, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home in Acrisure Stadium. And it was the visiting San Francisco 49ers that come in and get the victory. Brock Purdy, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. This will be returned from the 6. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Falcons offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. He keeps it himself. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
There was a lot of questions surrounding this quarterback about whether his style of play from college would transfer to the NFL game. Well, his ability to create with his legs certainly has here today. We see it with his ability to escape pressure out of the pocket.
And that time, the pressure too much. He'll go down.
They teach these defensive ends to rush to the X. The X is the spot where the quarterback stops his drop, and you can see when he hit that back foot, he had nowhere to go, and he's able to bring him down for a big sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On play action, he'll set up. The pressure gets there again, and again he goes down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all.
And the defense unrelenting, a 3rd consecutive sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
Now, fair catch. He'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Now a ball deep, middle of the field, and that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Kicking time for the Seahawks. They'll punt this one away. This fielded inside the 35. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. A run. It's Edwards. Well, they weren't going to get him the 2nd time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain. Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
And that screen slow to develop, and they rally to the ball and stop them. That will be no gain on the screen. The Falcons getting their punter out there. And this is going to work out for them. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Look wide, get this one complete. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle. They just cannot get anything going through the air.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The visitors' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Running straight ahead with Edwards. And he'll be close to a 1st down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. He'll try and run for the 1st down with Edwards. And he's not going to get the 1st down. Met and brought down in the backfield on 3rd and short. They do not get it done.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
And this is no good. Could not get it on target. And the lead holds steady at 4.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Now a give up the middle. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And a spirited run there, somehow managing to gain a couple of yards. 3rd and 5. Now, Mahomes. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The visitors' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Now they'll set up to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Here's 3rd and 2. He'll drop to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. They'll look to throw again. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Tight end going in motion here. They'll throw out of the gun. Quick throw here is complete. They'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He's going to pick up the first down and more. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And this throw batted away and incomplete.
Might be wise for this quarterback to try somebody else in coverage here, Mike. This guy's known for being a savvy playmaker once the ball's in the air, and he showed why by swatting that ball away, and he's going to pick up a PBU on the stat sheet.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
The quarterback just has no chance to escape when the offensive line gets beat that fast. When the defensive line can get in the backfield before the quarterback even hits his back foot of his drop, he's got no choice but to just eat the sack, live to play another play.
The Falcons send their punting unit out, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Throwing is Mahomes. Quick throw taken in. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 25-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends up being a wasted down.
That's over the middle and taken in. He's got him. 13 yards on that pass play. 1st down, Seattle.
Doing a nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
A handoff as they try to run it here. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Patrick to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Here's Mahomes. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Seahawks sending out their punt team. This will be returnable from his own 15. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. The tight end going in motion to the left. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. On the handoff, Edwards. And that will get him back on schedule. Good pickup of 7. Sets up 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, here's Edwards. 16-yard pickup on that one. It's good for a Falcon 1st down. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Now he'll run it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. A gain of 16 on that pass play. 1st down, Atlanta.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up.
Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Seahawks offense ready to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Mahomes. It'll be Smith and Jigba bringing it in. And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the first down.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. Play action here. Mahomes. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter.
11 yards for number 11 and a first down.
And how about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the fourth quarter, Mike, facing a tough third down. You've got to have it. But you know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle, and he's like, you know what, Coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive as they go down looking for that go-ahead touchdown.
2nd and 7. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Outright Smith and Jigba has it.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up 1st and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do, because we know we need to finish this off with 6 if we can. And now being 1st and goal is going to go a long way in allowing that to be possible.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by the rookie out of LSU.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
The Falcons offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. First play of the drive, and here's Benson. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Hook him up on a 2nd down and 8. He'll look to throw. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
He'll try to run for it.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. His Drive will start on the ground, and he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. They'll stick with him again.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he will have the Seahawks first down. He has it by plenty. They keep the drive alive here on 3rd and inches. Mahomes back. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. 6 catches for him in the ballgame now. And this one's good for a first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now, Mahomes. His throw left side is complete. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
Here in the 4th quarter, you just can't predict how many possessions you have left, so you can't let any of them go to waste. So far, this has been a fantastic drive. It's a drive that they desperately needed. They continue to throw the ball like that. They got a chance to take a late lead here in the 4th quarter.
And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 26-yard line.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12.
Yellow.
And nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
This is a play we've seen this offense have success with in the past, but here you have to wonder if they maybe tipped their hand a bit because that one went nowhere.
They need one right now. 3rd and long. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point. And now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
First down throw, Mahomes. He's got his big tight end. Touchdown, Seahawks. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. The return starts from the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Falcons offense ready to take over once again. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. They're going to motion the tight end over here. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
That'll be taken in by Edwards. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. He'll drop to throw. He's got a man. That's complete. And they're going to get the 1st down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them.
Gain of 9 yards. And the Falcons 1st down.
They'll drop to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. Short pass taken in by the tight end. The 12's making noise in Seattle before 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. Now they'll set up to throw. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down. Looking to set up the screen there, but he decides not to force it, and it's incomplete. What about this crowd getting even louder before 3rd and 10? Out of the gun, he'll throw. Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down. Here we go. This is 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
So you roll the dice on offense and you fail. But now you can't give up. Your defense has to go out there and get a stop. You have all 3 timeouts. You have time to get the ball back one more time on offense. So now your defense needs to answer the bell and give your offense one more shot.
They'll begin here on the ground. Not much happening there. Just a short game. Now a timeout. Atlanta. That's their first, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in this one. Now a give on the ground, and they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. To a knee goes Mahomes. And that should wrap it up. Now the Falcons will use their 3rd final timeout. And the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go. So, it's a win here for the Seahawks. And it was their defense that led the way as they pitched a shutout in the second half. No points allowed, and they cruised to victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks, as we say, so long from Seattle.